Welcome everybody to our Monday night special presents. Tonight we are changing it up a little bit and we're doing a supplement panel. So Meg, Trish, and Janice and we're going to talk all things supplement. Here's the thing. People either don't take any supplements or they take way too many or they take the wrong supplements and then you're just paying for expensive urine. That's the straight up truth. If you're taking a whole bunch of supplements and it's crammed into one pill, you are in that category of buying expensive urine. And so tonight we're going to share with you, there's 4 steps, just 4 basic pillars. We stole this idea from Carla Green. She's a Royal Crown Diamond with Young Living. In case you're like, hey, I've heard this before. You have. It's because she talks about it and it's so brilliant. I'm like, why would we reinvent the wheel? Let's just share what she says in case you don't know who she is. In your mind, just picture a table as we get to talking about these things. But no matter what camp you align yourself in, if you're like, I don't take supplements or I don't take vitamins or really, do they really do anything? I'm going to challenge you to hear us out. Write it down, take notes, and try something. Because I might be like you, where I used to take a lot of supplements and I took them on faith. I had faith that they were going to help my adrenals. I had faith they were giving me my vitamins that I needed, but I never felt any different. If that's your story, you should feel different. You should always, if you take a supplement or a vitamin or a mineral, your body should always be improving. Did you know, this is where you want to take notes, that your body completely renews, like all of your cells have turned over. Now, some cells more than others within this time frame, but within a 7-year time frame, you have an entirely new body. So like it takes a year for all the cells in your bones to turn over. It takes, I think it's 3 months for your liver. Don't quote me on that. I may have gotten that wrong, but you see what I'm saying? So the cells in your organs turn over every so often, based on depending on what they are, but within a 7-year time, everything is completely renewed. I would tell people years ago when I did hair that your hair, everything is new every 7 years. Your body changes every 7 years. So, for example, as women, we're like, oh, my hair, it's weird. My skin, oh, it must be aging. But if you look back, there's actually milestones at every 7-year marker, right? Age 7, age 14, 21, and all the things. So really it kind of gives you an idea of, oh, well, that's by design. I mean, God's kind of smart when he designed our bodies, right? If you give your body the right tools, it knows how to heal itself. I'll say that again. If you give your body the right tools, it will be able to heal itself. So in a world where we talk a lot about allopathic medicine, modern medicine, whatever, we get a script for something and we're like, well, that's going to fix my problem, but it's not healing your body. The challenge comes in when we don't heal our body. So if our bodies are given what they need, the right tools, it will know how to heal itself. I love this quote that Carla Green said, if your heart is beating and you are barely breathing, you need these 4 things. So here's what they are. Remember, I said in the beginning, picture a table. So you've got 4 legs of a table to hold it up. And then you've got the tabletop. So it's actually 5 things. 4 things you can get from Young Living, 5 things that you're going to need to outsource, okay? You're going to need an antioxidant. You're going to need an omega-3. You're going to need a probiotic, and then the last is an enzyme. If you do these 4 things, your body, you're giving your body the right tools to heal itself. This is when you're going to start to see real change happen. Please hear me. I am just a skoshi bit passionate about nutrition and wellness. And when I hear people say, well, I can't afford that many things, or I'm like, no. The challenge is you're thinking with your wallet. You have one body. Truly. I don't know anybody, you can't get a body transplant. You can get boob transplants, you can get your nose done, you can get the belly tightened and sewn up, you can get all these things. You cannot get an entirely new body. you should invest in it. You should learn your body and know how to care for it. Don't just have a full-blown come apart and have things fall off and then be like, wow, I need a something to fix that. Do it now. Hear me now, believe me later. Okay, so let me start off with Ningxia Red. Ningxia Red is our antioxidant. That's like a must. These are non-negotiables. I'm going to say, okay, this is a non-negotiable. When my mom, Janice, sorry, she's Janice to all of you. She's my mom. When she talks about omega-3, I'm like, oh, that is a non-negotiable. Let's just all make a pact, pinky swear, fist bump. Everything we say is a non-negotiable. Okay? Antioxidants. Ningxia Red. It is a super high antioxidant beverage. There are essential oils in our supplements. This is why you're going to feel different, because the oils help make your body more bioavailable. It helps all the nutrients, all the things get into your cells. So you're not peeing out most of it. Most whole food supplements you absorb 20%, maybe 25 on a good day. But because our bellies, nobody's belly is 100% perfect, because we've all had a Big Mac in our lifetime, except for my kids. And maybe if you guys have birthed children in the last 5 years. But most of us, our bellies are not 100% great. So we can't absorb all the things we need to. But when you put an essential oil with that whole food supplement, now the absorption rate goes all the way up to 60, maybe even 80, 85%. So your body is now taking it in. This is why when you take a Young Living supplement versus any other one, you will feel a difference. You guys, I've been with Young Living for 7.5 years. And I just in the last 2 years started taking supplements. Here's why. Because I'm like, they're an oil company. What do they know about supplements? Super ignorant. I had no idea. And I started taking Super because it was free. That's what I love about Essential Rewards is you get on Essential Rewards and then you get, free product, free supplements, whatever. And I felt amazing. All the energy. So that got me started. So Ningxia Red, so it has the antioxidants. It's got 4 different oils in it. Okay, so that's going to help your body absorb the nutrients, the antioxidant nutrients. Ningxia comes from the Ningxia province in China. Gary Young, when he was looking for, he wasn't looking for Ningxia Red, he was looking for the secret to life, the secrets to longevity. So he went around, I believe it was at least 6, might even be 7. Girls, correct me if I'm wrong or if you know, different countries, different places where they had a high number of people who lived to be over 100. And, one country was like, they ate grapefruit every day. Another country, I don't know, they took naps. I can't look at that. It's not true. But let's just all say they took naps because we need to add that into our day. But in China, they have the highest number in the entire world of folks who live over 100. And the overwhelming thing that they found that they did is they had the wolfberry, the Ningxia wolfberry. They would either make it into a tea, they would dry it and eat it like we do raisins. They would, they would puree it or whatever. And so now we take the Ningxia wolfberry and we make a puree out of it. Why a puree? So that you can get all the fiber, all the nutrients that you need from that fruit. It's not just a juice. If you guys ever juice, I like juicing, but I struggle with it because I miss out a lot of the fiber, a lot of the protein that I need. But in Ningxia Red, you don't miss out on that. You get all the goodness from the entire plant. Ningxia Red has it scores a 25,000 to 35,000 on the ORAC scale. If you're familiar with that, it's basically the amount of antioxidants it has. So blueberries, about a 1,500, excuse me. Strawberries, about 1,200. So Ningxia Red, 25 to 35,000. So it's really high in antioxidants. Plus it has 4 oils, yuzu oil, lemon, tangerine, and orange, which makes it taste super yummy. And that's going to help your body absorb. I'm going to let Janice speak about the omega-3s, so Omega Gies.
Hey, thanks, Jen. So yeah, Omega Gies is what it looks like. This was my very first supplement. that I started taking from Young Living. And the reason I started taking it is because for the last probably 6 or 7 years, I've been taking some kind of a fish oil. Most fish oils, and sorry, maybe it's TMI, but they make you kind of burpy, and that's really horrible. The reason that is because a lot of fish oils are rancid. That's just a FYI. So that's gross. So I went to taking krill oil, and krill oil, krill, that's what whales eat. And anyway, so it's really good. That didn't cause any issues, and I started taking it. So when I discovered that Young Living had Omegagize, and it's called I have to read it, I apologize, but it's called our Liquid Ocean capsules. I thought, okay, so what would make this different, right? Why would this be different than any other oil or any other fish oil, omega-3, whatever? Well, ours is different. One, because it's so pure. Two, not only does it have the omega-3 oils, which we all know, research has shown that omega-3, I'm sorry, my dog is bugging me over here. She won't go lay down. It helps to lower cholesterol. It helps to, with your circulation, right, because of the lower cholesterol. It helps in your joints because it reduces inflammation, and et cetera. That's scientific. That's what they're telling. That's why so many people are like, oh, I got to take fish oil, fish oil, fish oil. So ours has the omega-3 fish oil in it. We also have CoQ10, which has been documented to help your mind. It helps for memory. It's a source that we create in our bodies that diminishes over time. Plus, if you take medications, if you're in a toxic environment, that will reduce that production of the CoQ10. The one that we use in our Omegagize, it's called Kaneka CoQ10, and it is the most closely matched CoQ10 to the human body. So what the human body produces, this matches it as close as possible. So it's going to better absorb within your body, and it's going to help with all those good things. We also have vitamin D in this. And the vitamin D that we utilize within our Omegagize also helps for calcium absorption. It doesn't break down incorrectly. It doesn't cause tummy issues and all of that. So there's 3 items within our Omegagize, which I think is fantastic because it's saving you from having to get the 3 different supplements. It's all rolled into one. You take 4 capsules. It also has clove oil, which clove oil is right up there on that ORAC scale. It's just a fantastic oil. It has Roman chamomile in it, and I can't find it and spearmint. Apologize. So those are all good for your body. Do your own research on this. Look at what does the omega-3 oils do. What does vitamin E? That's all part of that vitamin E, which is so good for the body. So it's good for all parts of your body. It helps with systemic inflammation, helps to support your cardiovascular and joints. Again, this is a no-brainer. If you're not taking this, yeah, you're really missing out. The amount you're supposed to take is 4 capsules, 2 in the morning, 2 in the evening. If you've never taken a fish oil ever, I would start out just maybe 2 a day, see how it affects your body, because again, these are so good and pure that your body's going to have a reaction, and you don't want to be overloading it and having it say, whoa, hey, ho. So test it out. Take 2, see how you do. You will see a difference. And I'm telling you, next time you get your blood tested for your cholesterol, just saying. Anyway.
Don't be saying anything you shouldn't be saying there, Missy.
I'm not, but I'm telling you, they will tell you that omega-3s, scientifically, that's why people take fish oil, to help with all of that stuff. So there you have it.
So true.
Back to you, Miss Jen.
Thanks. Awesome. So Ningxia, then your omega, and just a touch on the omegas. That was something I know my mom has said this in the past, and she has said so many things. I'm like, oh yeah, because I forget. I have to write it down. Most people have to hear the same information 8 to 12 times before it absorbs, and so I have to write it down. The one thing that I have just learned, really, and it's finally so because it had to do with me, is that omegas specifically target visceral fat, which if you don't know what visceral fat is, it's the fat around your organs. You don't want that. A lot of people don't realize that they have that visceral fat unless they get a special test done. I had this, our gym does it. I mean, a lot of gyms will do like a makeup, but just see where you're at, how much, if you're dehydrated and all the things. And so ours does that. And I have this thing that I always say that I was skinny fat, where I've always been thin, but I was out of shape. But the trainer was like, you are skinny fat. Well, that was rude to say. But he said, no, your organs have fat around them. And it was higher than it should be. The reason is I eat plants. I don't eat meat. And so if you don't eat a lot of fish, you might be skinny fat too. You're not getting the omegas. He says the problem with a lot of vegans is they don't get that part. So they just really have to be hyper vigilant. I will take, personally for me, this is just me, but I will take 4 to 8 omega Gi so that I can really work on that. And I took it Mom, I don't know if I told you, but I took it for a month and my numbers went down 2 points. So it's removing that fat like it's meant to, which was a huge blessing for me. Because if I see something wrong, I'm like, oh, let's fix it, something to work on. Okay, so then you've got, your antioxidants, Nisha, your next one's your omegas, which is omega Gi's, and then essential zyme. Guys, show of hands, everybody still on the call tonight, how many of you take an enzyme now? Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. How many of you knew what an enzyme was before you started with Young Living? You're like, yeah, totally. Okay, Tiffany, Trisha, maybe. I didn't, and I know what it is, and I'm like, I don't always remember to take it because it's one that in my head I have to know this is important. But if I go out to a restaurant and I told you I eat plants, but if I'm like, I think I have a little cheesecake today, oh, I need my essential zyme because I can feel it not doing what it needs to do. I can feel that cheesecake kind of hanging with me, or when I have fries. So let me tell you about enzymes. Enzymes will help your body absorb nutrients and help that uptake of the nutrients. So most of us don't get the enzymes we need. That's what it's in our soil, right? Our soils are depleted. The soil is meant to be laid dormant for a year, like every 6 to 7 years, it's meant to lay dormant, but we constantly just keep doing, we don't let the soil renew. And we also get food not in season, like you can buy organic strawberries in November. So we're not growing our things, our fruits and vegetables, at a time when they're meant to be grown, nor in the soil they're meant to have, right? So we're lacking enzymes. Taking an enzyme helps to improve your overall enzyme activity in your body. It supports our pancreas. Guys, your pancreas, man, you do not want that malfunctioning at all. At all. Anyone with diabetes knows that you've got to support that so much. So we have essentials. We have a lot of enzyme supplements, but the one I'll share with you is Essential Zyme. It's the basic overall. If you need something more, as you learn about your body and you learn about the different labels we'll talk about later, you can be a student of your own body and figure out, okay, do I need Essential Zyme or do I need Essential Zyme 4? Just a little hint, I take Essential Zyme 4 with me wherever I go. If I go out to lunch, dinner, whatever, that way I can take an Essential Zyme 4 before or after I eat. It definitely helps me process it better. It's more like acute, but Essential Zyme will help throughout just keeping your body steady. Okay, it's plant enzyme, so it's going to help your body break down your food. The oils that are in here, remember, all of our supplements have oils, all of them. They're oil infused, everything. So there's thyme. That's going to support your immune system, number one, but also your digestive system. It supports your nervous. I mean, there's so many things that thyme supports, but right now we're talking about digestion, so let's just keep it there. Otherwise, you're going to go, wait, which one is it for? So there's thyme, there's fennel. Belly, right? You chew fennel seeds in a good restaurant after a meal. There's a reason for that. Tarragon, clove, and peppermint. As my mom just said, clove is so good. It's high in the antioxidants. But it's so good for your belly too. There's also cumin and then anise. But I promise you're not going to taste the cumin. because you taste it in para-free. That's another topic for a little bit later, and that's not right. But it's okay because it helps your body be para-free. So along the lines of Essential Zyme is now you've got your Life 9, your probiotic. Probiotics. Show of hands. Who takes probiotic? Who's on here right now? If you're watching later, I'm just imagine that you're all like, yes, I do. I hope you can see me. I would take a probiotic before because, yeah, I'm a woman. I'm supposed to take a probiotic. That's what you do. Again, in faith. When I started with Life 9, just because, again, I got it for free, I'm like, all right, it's free. That'll save me from getting my, refrigerated $80 one at the Whole Foods or something. I noticed a difference. I do not want to get TMI because this is going to go all on the internet. We're not just all friends here. I don't know if people are going to be watching, but let me just tell you, you notice a difference. And everybody on the call was like, amen. That's so true. You notice a difference right away. Here's why. What you need to know about a probiotic and why Young Livings are different. I mean, I would probably fight you to the end on who has the better supplements, Young Living or all you other people. And Young Living has it, guys. Here's why. Did you know that not all strains of probiotics play nice together? They just don't. Probiotics they're living. The strains are living. And so what happens is they will become cannibalistic. And they can eat each other. I know that sounds gross, but it ends up not being. But the challenge is that if you're getting one that's boasting all these different strains, well, by the end of the day, if they are not playing nicely together, you might have one or two. Probiotics, so Life 9, we used to have Life 5, so it was 5. Now we have 9. So there's 9 strains. They're super strains. They're amazing for your belly. Amazing belly support. I'm sure everybody by now knows what a probiotic is, just like they know what an essential oil is. So I'm not going to go into what a probiotic is. Just know everybody's gut needs it. The other thing with Young Living's probiotic is that it does not break apart. I can't remember what it's called, because it doesn't open till it gets into the large intestine. It's escaping me. There's a word for that. Maybe later we'll talk about it.
Time release.
Time release. Why could I not think of that? You guys are like, listen, she can't think of time release. I'm not listening to her. You guys, I just know how it makes me feel. I don't know all the words. Just go with it. So it's time release. It opens in the large intestine. That's huge. I'll look at you in the eye, in the eyeball. This is why you feel a difference and you see a difference. I promise you. Life 9, your best friend. Okay, those are our 4 legs. The last part of that is the vitamin D3. Everybody needs that. Especially it's that we all sit here under our little computer. We're all inside. Everybody's afraid of skin cancer, though. Take it from a mom who had a kid that had melanoma. Get outside. Get your vitamin D. Don't be afraid of that. And don't put that sunscreen on. Just soak it all in. I promise. It's not the sun that causes skin cancer. It's sitting inside and eating crap food. Hand to God. We know that. As Janice said, Omega Gize has vitamin D3, but not as much as we need. We need probably kids need about 2,000 units. Adults need about 5,000 to 10,000. Hear me. I am not a doctor. I'm not here to cure, treat, diagnose, recommend anything. This is just research I've done. You do your own research. But overwhelmingly, what I have found is that we need 5,000 to 10,000 units. I have heard Dr. Jim Bob Hagerton, if you know who he is, he recommends a company called Innate Choice for your vitamin D3. So you can look that up. But it's an amazing supplement. I mean, that's just vitamin D, right? That's what we need. Okay. So when you look at your supplement with Young Living, when you go on your virtual office and you see, I'm looking at mine now. Hold on. There's targeted nutrition. There is foundational nutrition, and there's cleansing. You're probably like, what? So Trish is going to tell us a little bit about the foundation nutrition. So this, you guys, before I would have said you need Super B, you need multi-greens, it's going to give you your B vitamins, it's going to give you your greens, you need a few other things. So you're like needing handfuls. But when I learned about Master Formula, I'm like, oh, well, I just need that box. And then my omegas and my probiotics and all this. So Trish is going to tell us a little bit about the foundational supplements, and then I will share with you what all the labels mean.
Thank you, Ms. Jen. So yes, Master Formula comes in this convenient little box. I can't ever get my orientation right. And then it has this awesome little, you just keep it right by I keep it in the bathroom. So I take a sachet out every morning, and put it in my purse. And then I have an alarm on my phone, because if I didn't have an alarm on my phone, and I haven't been consistently taking my Omega Gi's in my Life 9. So I just have to do that because it's the only way to do it. So Master Formula is designed to take the place of your multivitamins. And it comes with four cap pills, I guess. That's probably not the right word, but so it has 4 capsules that contain the support you need, since we do not gain all of those vitamins and minerals that we need from our standard American diet. As Jen said, well, whether she said she's the vegetarian, she's the plant eater, which is awesome, but even she's not getting everything she needs. And those of us who eat badly don't get everything that we need either. So that's what this is designed to do, is to help supplement what you're taking in. It also contains vitamins A, B, C, D, E, K, plus essential oils and trace minerals, and a prebiotic. So we've talked about probiotics. This is a prebiotic. The prebiotic is released in your small intestines, and it is the sugar that the probiotic eats on. And that's how the probiotic does its thing. So let's see. I'm looking at my notes over here. So these also help to combat the free radicals that are in our bodies. Contains the antioxidants, and it's a food nutriment as opposed to a nutrient. A nutrient provides calories for fuel. A nutriment nourishes and promotes growth, helps to repair body tissue, and maintains life. So it's a little different than our other multivitamins that are out there. The liquid capsule, there's one liquid capsule in here. I should have taken one out so I could have it for tomorrow. That contains our fat-soluble vitamins, so vitamin A, D, E, and K. And then it also contains our essential oils for turmeric, cardamom, clove, as we've heard from our other 3 items, fennel, and ginger. So as you start looking at all of these supplements together, you'll start seeing a common theme of the oils that are in each of them, because they all support our gut and they all help us out in a different way. Then there is, they call it a pressed capsule, so it's more like a hard pill. And that contains like this herb, veggie, fruit blend that they have. So it contains broccoli and onion and apple and elderberry and mangosteen and black currant and kale. So if you don't like eating kale and you don't want to take your multigrain, you can have a little bit of kale in this little pressed capsule. It also contains vitamin C, calcium, and potassium. And that is what also contains the prebiotic, as well as the trace minerals that we need in our gut. And then the powder capsules, so those are actual capsules like most of our other supplements. Those contain all of our all of our B vitamins. And that's what helps to build our cells. It also contains mineral do you say this? Chelates, mineral chelates, which helps, a chelate helps to keep your enzymes that we should be taking on track. So it's like, think of it like is either maybe a tutor to keep the enzyme going the way it's supposed to go, or maybe it's the train conductor for taking that enzyme to where it needs to go so it does the most good. Some of the reasons why our supplements are different, or at least definitely Master Formula, all of the B vitamins come from organic food extracts. B vitamins are also not stored in our body, so whatever we don't need, we eliminate. So it's usually very likely that we are low on our B vitamins that we need. We also use a folate, which is one of the, I forget which vitamin B that is, but a lot of times you hear, I remember when all of my girlfriends were pregnant, they're like, oh, we need lots of folic acid, lots of folic acid. That was always a big thing. Actually, most folic acid is synthetic, so it's not derived from plants, but folate is actually derived from plants. So that's one of the reasons it's different. And then, as Janice pointed out in the omega-3 or the omega Jais, that our D3 is a vegan form. And between all the capsules of Master Formula, it contains 400 IUs of D3. So as Jen said, that's definitely not enough for we adults here in the US because we all sit inside all day. So make sure you get some good D3 to supplement that. And you can take it any time of day. It definitely recommends that you take it with food, especially if you're not used to taking supplements. I usually don't take it till after lunch. And I've been taking it now consistently for a week. I had intended to take it sooner, but I've been taking it consistently for a week. So awesome. I'll report back.
I can't wait to hear how you like it.
Yes.
So good. Thank you, Trish.
Thanks, Trish.
So she just talked about how we have folate versus the folic acid. And I need to touch on that. So many, maybe you don't have the MTHFR gene, which I can't even say that with a straight face because you know what I'm thinking that it looks like. One bad MTHRF, whatever, something, I don't know. But I really wish they would just do a better acronym. My point is, if you have folic acid and you have that genetic mutation, it can actually be lethal. And this is something that was brought to Young Living's attention a couple years ago. And this is just another reason why I love our company, because it was brought to them by members. Said, hey, did you know about this? They took all the supplements off. It probably cost them a deficit in revenue because they couldn't sell those supplements, right? While they were reformulating them. But Gary Young is famous for saying he doesn't make a product for a profit. He makes it for a purpose. So what if you don't make the money? They reformulated and now put folate in it rather than folic acid. This is just another way that you can check your supplements if you're not taking Young Livings and see, does it have folic acid still? Hello, it's 2018. They're making t-shirts. One bad MTHFR. Like it's like it's just common. Most people have this genetic mutation, and it can be deadly. If it has carrageenan in it, again, it's 2018. Come on, it's silly. So just check. Not all supplements are created equal. So thank you, Trish, for mentioning that with the. I was going to say formula, and I don't know why I just said that. Master Formula, not Formula Master. It's different. I don't even know what that is. Okay, so before I have Meg chat with us, what do the label colors mean? I get this question a lot. What do the labels on the bottle mean? What are this? What are that? And we're all trying to figure out the mysteries. The thought is, the talk is, and nobody knows for sure, but it makes sense, that the essential oil bottles, right, if you've been around with Young Living for a long time, then you'll probably go, yep, I'm looking at this red bottle. It has to do with the chakras, the energy centers in the body. That was for the time, and it really was based on their energetic properties in that. Now, the essential oil labels more reflect the color of the botanicals that are in the oil. So you can see if you have an old bottle of Believe, for example, Believe used to be yellow, which, Meg, I'm looking at you. What chakra is that? Is that the solar plexus?
Solar plexus, yes.
Thank you. I'm like, what are the colors? And now it's blue, which has nothing to do with, that's this chakra.
That's your throat chakra.
Your throat, which I'm like, I don't feel like the properties of Believe does that. But it has more tree oil. So it has more of the spruce and the more grounding oil. So you can see they're changing. So if you've been around with Yang Living for a long time, you're like, Believe used to be yellow. This one used to be this color. I think they've gone more mainstream because not everybody knows about chakras and energy centers, which they need to know these things, but so it's the botanicals that are in the oils. So when you look at your labels of your supplements, it's the same thing. Those have gone through a transformation and they've made it more streamlined. We have 3 different colors. Before it was like they had the gold label, they had the green label, they had the blue, they had the red. What was the gold? What was this? Okay, so now it's 3. So here we go. Write this down. If you haven't been taking notes till now, you're going to need to go back and listen to the recording. But if you just write this down. Blue labels. We just talked about Master Formula. The blue labels are foundational nutrition, Master Formula, Omega Gize, longevity, those supplements. Most of these provide the core building blocks. We just talked about the 4 pillars. There's probiotics in there, but that's a green label. Let me pause on that. If you're wondering, what do the blue labels mean? This is your foundation. This is what you need to take. Okay, look for the blue labels if you need those types of foundational. If you're not taking anything, grab a blue label something. Your green labels, this is all cleansing. When you look at a green label, think gut. Not just your stomach, but your entire gut system, your whole digestive system. So you've got Juvatone. Anything with the word Juva is your liver, which is also cleansing, right? It's like the garbage for your body. ICP, Comfortone, Rehemagen. When you think of those, think of your gut. These primarily support cleansing the gastrointestinal tract. So it might need to bulk up your poop, your stool, support the muscles that get it out of the body, absorb toxins, cleanse your liver, cleanse the intestines. All of these supplements play an integral role in digestion and also in detoxing. Okay? Side note, my husband and I took Parafree 2 weeks before we went to Ecuador, and then we had a week while we were there. We paused and then took it again. I can't tell you what the para stands for, but you can figure it out. And we are just right as rain. It is awesome. If you ever go overseas, not to a third world country, please, for the love, grab some Parafree. Okay, your red labels. This is all targeted nutrition. So Sulfurzyme, Essential Zyme, what I spoke about a minute ago, Power Gize. Oh, Power Gize is amazing. Pure Protein Complete. So the targeted nutrition serves a specific purpose. So sometimes we think about supplements, we're like, wait, nutrition? Like you think food? Guys, it's food for your cells. Think about a supplement as food for your cells. Thyromins, that's your thyroid. PD8020, that's like your everything. Femgen and Estro, that's for us that are like in our 40s and then beyond. There's athletic support, so you've got Power Gize, you've got Pure Protein Complete, Agilise. Agilise is great for anyone who has bones and muscles. There's also the Detox Zyme. So red labels support specific parts of the body, or they provide key ingredients for a body process. Right, so if we think about Femgen or Estro, I believe, I know Estro for sure, but they have the black cohosh and the blue cohosh are good for women who are going through different transitions with their hormones. So that's going to provide specific ingredients for a body process, something the body naturally does. Meg was gracious enough to tap on one of the, or two of these, because again, the red labels are now what you need to figure out. Okay, what does my body need? Obviously, we all need an enzyme. So that's easy peasy. But as you sit there and go, okay, what do I need to support? Do I need to support my thyroid? Do I need to support my hormones? Am I an athlete? Do I run? Do I need power days? So this is where you need to become a student. But Meg, you're going to talk about SuperCal, yes, and
Yes.
Energize? Okay, I'll stop
Energize, I
talking. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. And SuperCal, I'm so excited about. This is what it looks like in this world. I'm not going to have a good demo like everybody else, but I was so excited about this because this is the first calcium supplement I've taken that wasn't a big old horse tablet and that doesn't want to swallow, gets stuck in your throat. So I was over the moon to try something that was easy to digest, easy to swallow. And it's just wonderful, especially for women. We don't get enough calcium. It helps with our hormonal balance, lots of potassium, magnesium, restores our electrolyte, hormonal balance, of course, improves our muscle and bone development, which as ladies, we just take that for granted, I think a lot of us, at least I did, let's see what else. Great for thyroid support as well. Another thing with hormones, this also aids with our metabolism support. It's if you're a vegetarian, it's especially helpful for that. Or if your diet is restricted in calories, this is a great boost for that. As well as people that drink still a lot of carbonated sodas, beverages. I personally like it because it contains a lot of zinc nitrate, which is calcium absorption and is crucial for, again, hormonal activity and hormonal production, which as we get older, we certainly need all the hormonal help we can get, I believe. And the great essential oils in it are wintergreen, which is great for bones, joints, muscle pain. It's also great anti-inflammatory support. Majoram, which also is supportive of nerves and muscles. Lemongrass, again, another ligament support and also anti-inflammatory support. And myrtle, which also supports muscles and antispasmodic activity. Anyway, it's 1 to 2 capsules a day. I personally like to take it in the evening because it does have magnesium in it, which helps me sleep better. It's kind of a natural sleep aid. And also, if anybody needs support with leg cramps or foot cramping at night, the magnesium is wonderful for that. So I try and take it after dinner or before bedtime. And it's been the best calcium support that I've ever found, and I've tried a lot. So that's my personal feeling on it. And let's see what else is on that. Obviously, as again, osteoporosis. It's my first time on here, so
I'm so grateful for you, Meg. I'm like, oh my gosh, no, I didn't know you're supposed to take it at night. That's
just my personal, what I've read about the magnesium at night.
Yeah, I know that makes
my
so much
personal
sense.
thought.
Awesome.
And as far as the Endiguise goes, that is another super hormonal support. And what's interesting about this one is you take it for 4 weeks, twice a daily, and then you stop for 2 weeks, and then you continue again. So just kind of, you're getting all your nutrients that you need, and then you take a break and restart it again as much as needed. This contains clary sage, ginger, myrrh. It's got a lot of B vitamins in it, B6. Again, the zinc, which again, also it was in the SuperCal, which is so effective for hormones. Gives you a little pep in your step. I noticed a great difference just energy support on it. It doesn't have any synthetic estrogens in it, which is so wonderful in this day and age. As we all know, when our body gets stressed, our hormones are out of balance, which causes a chain reaction in our cortisol levels, and that decreases our estrogen and testosterone levels. And this can obviously lead to weight gain, energy loss, feeling exhausted and out of sorts most of the time. So this is a great boost for just everyday support, hormonal wise, especially I feel for ladies over 40s. And let's see, again, that's twice a day. I personally like to take this one in the morning. I found taking it closer to the evening, I was a little more energy in the evening. So if you're looking for that, that's what you would want to do. But I found taking it personally in the morning gave me the endurance that I needed during the day. Again, I'm just so excited. I'm just switching over gradually to all the Young Living supplements. I've been on the oils a long time, and I don't know why I haven't started the oils or the supplements, but just having the oils in the supplements is really a great benefit that you don't find with other things. It's very noticeable. So thank you for your patience on my first time on Zoom of Speaking Ladies.
I love it, Meg. No, I'm like, oh my word. And I'm taking all these notes on Endogize. It's one that I've looked at that I'm like, I don't know. I just always thought thyroid, but as you're talking, I'm like, no, yes, I need that. I need that.
Well, yes, it is. It is all hormonal thyroid, all your hormonal glands, thyroid. Let's see what else. Adrenals, pituitary. Yes. All the majors.
All the biggies. Yeah, that's awesome. So thank you, Meg. And thank you guys, because as you may or may not realize, number one, public speaking, not everybody's love. And number two, it's super hard to do it on video and it's people are just watching you, listening, and you're like, am I saying it right? Am I doing it? But I'm so grateful to you ladies who are willing to jump on. So great.
Thank you.
Yeah, I have not used Endogize, and so I really appreciate that. So that is, and the fact that there's women on here, and of course there's men on later as they watch. So think about like Endogize, maybe a mirror for that for men would be PowerGize. Would you guys agree with that? Because both have the ashwagandha, which we both need, but PowerGize is formulated more for men. The oils in PowerGize would be like Idaho Blue Spruce. That's the one that comes up in my head. I think black pepper, those types of guy endurance oils, where in the Endogize, you've got your clary sage, your ginger, your myrrh, your cassia, those kinds of things. So I think it's interesting. So when you look at the red labels for nutrition, if you're already taking our foundational, you've already got your Ningxia, your omega-3s, your probiotics, your Megagize, your Life 9, your Essential Zyme, and you're taking a vitamin D, and you're like, okay, yep, I'm feeling good, but I'm having this thing that I'd like to support. There you go. Meg beautifully talked about Super Cal, and I'm like, gosh, I really feel like that should be a foundational, but I don't want to mess up the table, and I don't know how to stick a fifth leg in there, so I just got to say, let's just add to it. The one thing I did want to say, because, when we're talking about supplements and we're talking about good supplements, now people are like, get out of my wallet. Come on now. Hear me. I'm going to break this down for you. If this is hard for you, listen up. You ready? Everybody ready? Good. Number one, hold on. I just which one was that? I had these, what I did is I wrote down how much they were. I did not write down which one I was thinking of. Okay, let's do this. Ningxia Red is $70, right? 71. 2 bottles, $71 for the month, okay? Your Omega-Gize, you know why? Because I rounded it up. That's why I didn't know what it was. Your Omega-Gize is $60. Your Life 9 is $29.50. And then your probiotic is $41. No, I'm sorry. It's not. Your enzymes are 41. I got that backwards. Thank you. Trish is like, she's going to catch that in a minute. So all of that totals 201 for your supplements. Now, if you are not now taking supplements, you're like, I'm off. Stop. Wait. Hold on a minute. Hold on. We have that amazing thing called Essential Rewards, right? So let's do this. Essential Rewards. You get paid to shop. You go to Target and you drop $200. You're like, I just came in for toilet paper. What happened? How did the toilet paper cost me $200? And it's like this in your cart is full, right? So don't talk to me about how that's too much money. You just stop going to Target. I promise. Order your paper towels and your toilet paper like we do on Amazon. It'll save you thousands, because you won't ever go to the Target again. Okay, so back up the bus. Let's just get your Ningxia and your omegas, your omega Jais, and your enzyme on your Essential Rewards. If you've been on Essential Rewards for more than 4 months, okay, so your first 3 months you get 10% back. That's easy. Okay, fine. So just maybe try one at a time. Maybe do your Ningxia the first month. Then your second month add omega Jais. Then the third month, probiotic, whatever, Life 9. Now you're on month 4. The reason why I'm talking about month 4 is this. You get 20% back. OMG. That like goes, you've clearly doubled. 10 times 2 is 20. So you doubled it. Awesome. So now instead of getting only 10%, you get 20%. So all those things total up to $172. You now get $34, 34 points back in your Essential Rewards points, right? Your bank. So here's what I did. Because I got 5 kids. I didn't always make crazy money with Young Living. It was not always my story, but I really like Ningxia Red. And I kept it for myself until I thought, okay, my kid with the cancer, yeah, or he doesn't have it anymore, thank God. But we really need him on that, and all the people. So what I would do is I would buy the things that we needed, toothpaste, laundry soap, all that. And then I would save up my points, and then I put my order through. My points would go on my balance. I turn around and I spend my points on the Ningxia Red. So here's what I'm saying to you. You get those 3 things, turn around, spend your points on your Life 9. You'll end up having like 5 points left over, $4.50 if you want to be all technical about it. And then you can save that up for a few months and like get yourself a pretty oil or something. So you see what I'm saying? So Young Living gives you Essential Rewards points so that you can turn around and get things that you maybe it's a little hard on your budget until you find some wiggle room. Right? Then you find wiggle room. You're like, oh, okay, I can spring $200 on myself. I'm worth it. Hello, I'm feeling amazing. I look amazing. So now you're probably getting 20% back. Now you've got 40 points every month or whatever. Not to mention, you get the freebies. If you bump it up to like 190, you're going to get more freebies. Some months they give us things like Life 9 for free. Some months they give us Omega Jais for free. That's why being on Ningxia Red is so great. That's how I started trying Super Bee. I don't think we've ever gotten free Ningxia. I mean, I'm just believing for the day. I don't know that they would ever do that because we'd all be like buying all the stuff just to get the free Ningxia. So you see what I mean? So having Essential Rewards is so, it's like it costs you nothing to join. They only they only ask you to do $50. And again, you go to Target and you get a couple like your laundry soap and your this and your that. And then there you are $500 later because I went to Target for laundry soap, some spendy toxic laundry soap. But now you're going to get paid back. P.S. Target only gives you 5%. They only give you 5%. Amazon Prime, it's free shipping and they bring it to your door. I'm almost going to pay the guy actually, like, could you just put that in my closet too? That'd be awesome. I'll give you an oil if you just put it away for me. So as you're sitting there like, wow, that's salty. I just told you how you can do this. And here's the thing. In the absence of value, there is only price. Yeah. And so if you guys are like, but Jen, but I know, because you don't know the value. But when you are raising all these people and homeschooling them and going hither, yither, and yon, and you're like, I feel like I can go for days because my body is working the way it was designed to do. Remember, if you give your body the right tools, it knows how to heal itself. It knows how to heal itself. All right, everybody. Thanks for joining us tonight. We'll see you next time.